Okay, I've got another one. I took a little break um, in order to switch branches with minimal interruption. But let's see, here we are again. We'll share the screen. Okay, so first of all, just a quick announcement. We did ship model scoped roles yesterday. And so now you can specify um, your what used to be connection roles, but model roles on a per model basis. So this used to just have the connection here, but if you have more than one model under a single connection, you can see that each model is included and you can have different uh, connection slash model roles for each model within a connection. Just giving that as background for this quick demo. So I'm going to dox myself here. Slimrad at Gmail. That's my personal account, and I use that so for one of my test users. Please don't send me spam. I get enough of it already. But here I am as an admin and looking at Slimrad, my personal account. And let's see, we want to find, oh yeah, PG demo. So this is a model, and I currently that user, Slimrad, has the querier role on that model. And so if we jump into, this is my personal user, you can see my Chrome is different. That's how I keep track of things. So here I am as Slimrad. And if I look at this IDE of the PG demo model, it is read-only for me. This is because I'm a querier and I'm not able to make edits to the shared model. But if I jump back over to Conrad at Omni.co and I modify my role to this newly added role modeler, TBD if we want to call that modeler or maybe developer or something different, and save that. So now you can see my resolved role is modeler. And if I jump back over to that user and refresh the page, I am now able to edit models without having the connection or edit shared models, I should say. And this also applies to shared extension models. Without having to be a connection admin. So really, this just gives me the ability to edit shared models and merge branches and promote workbook models directly to the shared model without needing to grant this user connection admin, which would allow that user to, create new models, new shared models, and manage other users' permissions. So it's just like an intermediary step between querier and admin. This actually, I've got an approved PR. There's just one integration test that failed that I have to clean up. So this I would expect to get into the product today.
Conrad, question for you. For shared extension models, do those show up in the permissions list? So how would somebody assign a model or role? Because what they should solve for is now like departmental.
You've got it. Yeah. So you can see they do show up in the permissions management screens. This is just the user permission management screen. We also have it on a per connection basis, but you can see that my extension models show up here. And I give this little hint that actually this is an extension of the parent model, PG Docker 2.
Because now you can effectively have model developers isolated from each other. So you could have your departmental finance developer that can only touch the finance model and other modelers from other parts of the business can't.
That's exactly correct. Maybe you've got different departments and you want to be able to lock down development on to their department, and then maybe you've got like some people who are, your Uber, your data team, and they're allowed to manage the kind of shared definitions within the shared model. So we're trying to get more granular in terms of being able to permiss models, but still be able to share common common definitions between different departments.
In that scenario, would workbook promotion be to the shared extension?
Yes, yeah. If you were set up in that modality where your shared extensions are really acting as like department models, then what you're doing is the thing that you'll do is you'll and I still need to do a little tweak to make this work, but we'll make it so that you actually can't start a new analysis from the shared model, and you can only start a new analysis from your department extension. And so the extension model essentially becomes the parent model of the workbook. That the parent model of the workbook is where that workbook's permissions come from. And yes, to your point, if I promote a workbook model, then it will go to the parent model of that workbook, which in this case would be your department model. There's a little bit more stuff to do, like I say, around making it so that, you can kind of set yourself up for this modality where you expect no one to be creating new analysis, new workbook off of the shared model, and also some stuff around the Git integration with shared extension models and having those be able to operate in different modes, and how the branching mechanism is currently grouped for shared extensions. I'm going to need to make it so that you can operate in this mode where you have your shared extension, different extensions are in different Git repositories, and their branches are managed independent of the shared model. So little work to come there still, but we're moving in that direction where that's exactly the problem we're going to be, in addition to this dynamic extension thing that we've been talking a lot about, we're also going to have this sort of like departmental extension thing.
And for the modeler role, will they be able to refresh schema, or is that something that's still with the connection admin?
Yeah, so this is a funny one because a great question. The current behavior when this releases is schema refresh will not be allowed for modelers. And the reason for that is because of the fact that we want to set this up so that separate modelers, different models under the same connection can have different roles for a given user. And the schema model is really associated to the connection and shared between all of the shared models within that connection. If we had a user who was, say, a modeler in shared model 1, but just a viewer or a query or somebody else in shared model 2 under the same connection, it would sort of be this escalation of privileges. That said, I think I can fast follow with an enhancement that says if there's only one shared model under this connection, then the modeler role can receive the refresh schema permission, because then you're not having this problem. And then secondly, there's another chunk of work scheduled to do granular permissions. So we're going to be making essentially custom roles where you're able to enable, disable certain specific rules or permissions within a given custom role. And so that's the kind of the ultimate goal to solve this. Like, well, actually, I want my modelers to be able to refresh the schema. So you'll give those modelers a custom role. You'll create this custom modeler role that also has the refresh schema property or rule associated with it. All right.